5 perfectly red heifers were flown from Texas to Israel in a highly publicized operation supported by the Temple Institute. As of late 2025, as of September of 2025, at least 2 of the 3, 5 of these 5 animals are still considered no yoke, no blemish, still fully red, and are now over 3 years old, making them technically eligible for the ritual for the first time in 2,000 years. They are kept in a secure location in Shiloh, West Bank, under 24-hour guard. Performing the ritual would be extraordinarily controversial. It is seen by many Palestinians and Muslim authorities as a direct provocation, since it explicitly tied to the Third Temple aspirations that would require major change on the Temple Mount. As you know, many of you know that Jesus predicted that Jerusalem would be destroyed. Every rock would be pushed over in the temple. And no one believed that to be possible, because at that time, the second temple, this temple was thought of as indestructible, right? This was one of the wonders of the world. This is the temple that Herod helped build and helped maintain. And this was one of the people from all the world at that time came to see this temple. And yet in 70 AD, Titus brought the Roman legion in and completely wiped it out and filled it in with dirt, right? So that there was no temple. So for 600 years, it was under that, right? And a Muslim leader came in and established it as a Muslim site. It's the Dome of the Rock, right? It's the Golden Dome. When you see the picture of Jerusalem and Israel and the temple, there's a golden dome. Yes, so that was the place where Muhammad would enter heaven, that he would ascend into heaven. They also believe that's where the ark was, and Jews believe that's where God began creation. So it's a very, very important historical location. And so from 650 to about 1,100, the Muslims, it was a major, one of their religious sites. Do you know what happened in 1100 AD? You heard of the Crusades?
Oh, yes, okay.
The Crusades came in over and they sacked Jerusalem and they took it over and they turned it into a church. And they covered over the rock with a marble slab, and they would actually knight the knights there, and they turned it into a church where they would have rituals and types of things. And one of the interesting things, if you study it, is they drilled a hole through, I don't know how they did it. They drilled a hole through the rock that would go into quarries underneath the temple. And do you know why they did that? Anyone know why? So if you've ever been around Roman Orthodox or even Greek Orthodox, they have holy water, and they sprinkle holy water. So they would put water on this rock, and the water would go down into the ground, and it would make all that area holy, and it would get rid of all the dark spirits or whatever might be there. So pretty interesting. So they had it for about 200 years, and then the Muslims came in and took it back over and reinstated it. And even though World War II, we get up to our modern era, you know, the British had ownership over that area, but they didn't want to they wanted to keep the peace, so they didn't do anything. And then even when they gave the Jews Israel, they weren't going to allow them to control this part of the Temple Mount. And so to today, that's what's happening at this location. Now the Jews want to rebuild the temple, and to rebuild it, they have to have this location, right? So they've already acquired a red heifer, and they have the priests. And so the only thing they're waiting for now, and they believe that they know where the ark is to build the temple.